All right. So welcome everybody to today's Tips and Tricks coffee break. I'm with Yannick Lagadec, our consultant from Forgestik today, and he's going to be covering SAP Business One management of cost and production orders. So just a second, Yannick, I'm going to stop sharing and let you share your screen. There we go.
Okay, perfect. Let me know if you see my screen.
Not yet, just a sec. Nope. It says that you started to share your screen, but I'm not on your SAP.
Oh, okay. Let me do it again.
There we go. You got it. Okay, good.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. So good afternoon. So yeah, the idea of that presenting this session is to explain, because we had quite of communication with customers who don't, sometimes they just questioning how the system works of how the cost of goods are recorded coming from a production order. And so one of the quite sometimes when people, they are expecting, when they see their bill of material, they are expecting to see the product being recorded at these values. But it's not exactly what the system is doing. It's the bill of material. It's there to illustrate what would be what we can expect, what would be the cost based on a price list, on a certain price list. So we can select the price list as we want here. So, but it's just sometimes we create price lists for just to, because it's easier to maintain a standard cost per component. And then at the end we have kind of a standard cost of my finished good, or just most of the time it will be the last evaluated price, which will reflect, it's pretty close to what the product will cost in reality the last time I purchased it. Okay, all the cost of each component. So so in this example, what we see here, we have let's say a server that includes a printer and the piece itself, and some assembly also related to that. So the cost, that normally it will we can expect it will cost $1,460, but this is just give. It's just an idea, and it helps to establish the selling price, but it's not what the system will record as a final cost. So when so if I open a production order for that server, and I create a new production order, I will just add it, and I will just release for production. So you will see. I hope I have enough in stock. Yeah. So if I I will just change this for manual, just for the purpose of backflash. That's okay. For the resources, that's okay. So if I issue my component now, you will see that my core, my PC and my office printer will be recorded at a different cost. So if I right click on my journal entry, we will see it's $1,023. It's not necessarily the 1,400 that we were seeing on the bill of material. This represents the cost, the real cost of my component. If it's the method of evaluation, it's the average cost per item. So it will be the actual average cost of these two components. So this is so temporarily it will transfer these costs into my work in process account, GL account. As we see here on the summary, you will see that the 1023 have been dropped into my variance account right now temporarily because I didn't receive any finished goods so far. So it's parked into my WIP account for now. So if I complete my production and I receive my server, I click add. So this one is what's the serial number. I will try to use a different one than the other day, this morning. So if I click add now, all the costs of my that drop into my WIP have been transferred to my actual production cost and to my product. Okay, so my product will be recorded at that value. There's no variance. I didn't use more time. I didn't use more components. So it costs exactly as expected based on my average cost, not the 1400 again. So this is the way that, so when I close my production order right now, if I just close it, you will see no variance. You see the journal remarks. So a journal entry will be generated automatically by closing my production order. And if there's anything left in my WIP, it will be transferred to a gain or loss of production. If I still have my product in stock, it will be accounted into my product, and the gain or loss will be reversed. But at least I have an entry where I can do analysis if I want to track if I use more or less resources or component to my production. Just to illustrate this, if I start a new production order, just to it helps to understand this concept. So if I produce another one, again, I will release it. I still have enough component in my stock, so I do my okay, let's put it manual again. This two. If I again issue my component, and instead of one printer, I put two printer. I have enough in stock, so click add. Oh, just before to do that, you will see my journal entry preview. We'll put that's not 1,000 now; it's 1,300 because there's two printer at about roughly around $300. So if I post that transaction, we'll see on the summary. You see my 1,300 is there. Okay. Part there. So if I now do my report completion, again, serial number, my cost of my product is still what will be recorded at 1,100. So because I had resources has the same behavior where it will be temporarily put into a WIP account, and then when I do my report completion, the full $80. This one just appeared at the end of the process because it was a backflush was consumed as a backflush method. So it just add the cost at the end when I complete my production. But I still have $300 part into my WIP account, and this $300 will stay there if I sell my product before closing my production. That $300 will stay into my my WIP account as long as I don't close it. If I close it after I've sold the product, it will be transferred, and it will be transferred into a lost gain or loss from production. If I still have my product, that loss will be reversed and put that into my cost of finished goods. So just to show on this, if I close my production order, click update, I click refresh, you see it disappear, and then it's just to reevaluate my production cost. If I look my product here, it dropped my $300 into a gain or loss, but because I still have my item into inventory, it will reevaluate my inventory for $300. But at least I can do an analysis on that account to see, okay, I can track that production cost me $300 because I use more component than was supposed to be on my bill of material. If I go into my product here and I right click into my audit report, we will see that these two transactions separately. My production order that when I issue my component, I issued 1,100 with including my resources. And here, when I close my production order, it just reevaluate. You see, there's no quantity being added. You just add that $300 into my total value to adjust my inventory. So just this is just to illustrate how the system works with variances, and also you see the bill of material. It's not the real cost. It's really coming from the real actual cost of each component recorded in the system. Otherwise, it would be just impossible to balance my inventory listing with my GL if the system is taking something else than the real cost. So this is the purpose of doing a small webinar like this. It's just to explain a little bit more how the system react when we do a production order, when we produce product, and how is handling the cost of each component.
Thanks, Yannick. Does anybody have any questions for Yannick? You've got your Q&A box. I think you can find it at the bottom if you just put your mouse over it. And I'll just remind everybody too that if you have other questions, like on what we covered today, or really on anything from SAP, we covered a session earlier this winter that's on guides and resources for the user guides and resources. And there are manuals and everything in there. We show you how to get them for free for your SAP. So you'll surely have things in there that could manage your production or help you with any questions. I don't seem to have any questions, Yannick. So
good.
Thank you very much. And
no problem.
Again, if anybody has any questions or needs any help, just send me an email, tracy@forgestik.com. And I wish you all a nice weekend. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you all. Bye-bye.